Well, he has to. I know he can't hear me, but there should be something on his where he can see applications.
Marlon, you can't hear us at all, can you? You can't hear George, can you?
Google. I want to type in Google.
Yeah, because he's just going to Google and not the app, Google Chrome app.
Yeah, you have to go to the app, and man, I just don't know how to explain it. There's guys.
I don't know how to explain it either.
I got Google here.
Go there and see if it'll come up.
Google, okay.
But anyway, man, we're on live right now, and we have Marlon Starling. We're just having some technical issues. Marlon is a guy like me. We were raised in the 70s and the 80s, and we didn't have internet at our disposal. So we're having a little bit of an issue here, but please bear with us. Please bear with us. Me, George, the Toker 2. I think we got Trick Nolte coming in the building. G5, maybe Mad Chad, and we got the legend Marlon Starling on the phone here. We're just trying to get an internet set up. Champ, how's things working out right now, brother?
So things are not going to complain. Things can be better, but they can be worse. God is good.
God is definitely good. God is definitely good. Brother, maybe if you just click the YouTube on your computer. I just sent you a link on to just watch it on the YouTube, and we can carry the show on over the phone, but you'll be able to listen to it on YouTube.
And just
now,
what
is it? What does it say? Because the link you sent me, the link you sent me, what does it say?
It should say it should say Tuesday night at the fights with the legend Marlon Starling.
Okay, Tuesday night at the Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
It's YouTube /watch.
But how do I get to YouTube? Let me see if I see. Do I go to YouTube? You double that in. Let me get that off of that.
See, Bruce, the only thing about that is there's a lag on what we're saying here in YouTube. It's like a 3 or 4 second lag.
Yeah. If he did that, he would just have to turn the volume down on the YouTube, but we'd be able to hear him.
I put on YouTube. Now what? Put on YouTube what?
YouTube, Bruce Gas boxing, and it should get you right over here.
Okay, all in one word.
No, 2 words. Bruce Gas boxing.
YouTube, Bruce. Spell your name.
BRUCE.
BRUCE.
Like that guy, Bruce the Mouse Strauss. Remember kicking his ass?
You remember that? You remember that?
Yes, sir, I do, bro.
I got him in the first too.
Yes, you did, man. Yes, you did. At the Hartford Civic Center, bro.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there, but I read it in Ring Magazine. And Mouse Strauss, he traveled everywhere, bro.
Yeah, that's what back in the day. Yeah, Bruce Mouse was everywhere.
He was Volkswagen will travel.
God. Okay, listen. I got here YouTube. Bruce what?
Bruce Gas, capital GAS.
Capital G.
AS.
AS. I'm gonna hit that. Okay.
Well, why don't you hit boxing after that?
Bruce Gas.
Because there might be a lot of gas heads out there.
He could have put his own name in there too.
I know.
Bruce Gas, Marlon Starling. He can't hear me though, right, Bruce?
No,
this is what I put. This is what I put up. I put YouTube Bruce Gas boxing.
Yes, sir. That should.
Okay, I'm gonna hit that now. I'm gonna hit that right now. Okay, all right. I got one there. It says I want to hit this. It says sent you a box to the link. I hit that. Okay. Well, wait. I got it. Hey, brother, I have sent you a text link. Trying to work it out. Hope you can join us. Okay. Now what should I put now? Got it?
No. Just click the link just click that StreamYard click and see what happens. See if you get here.
Now, what is that StreamYard? What is that?
That's the way to get to the show.
Okay, how do I get it?
It's like the yellow brick road on the Wizard of Oz, man. Yeah. As long as you follow it, you'll get to the Emerald City.
Okay, listen. Hi, my brother. You have sent you the link. Now where's the link? Where is?
The link the link is what what the little paragraph that's blue on there.
Did you send it to him on a cell phone?
Okay.
I sent it to him on my cell phone and I sent it to him on his internet. So he's got a text.
Okay. He say send me the link. Where the link at? Down here? Nope. Down here? Nope.
Can you resend it to him, Bruce, on his phone?
Yeah, want me to?
You have to go to your
This here, Bruce goes. So hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I would resend it.
Text with a link.
Well,
To the link. Now, what is the link?
I sent it 3 times, George. He's got it. He's having a little trouble figuring out what to do with it. But man, I've been in that same situation. We're in that situation now.
I'm sorry, man.
No, brother, don't be sorry at all, man. It's a pleasure having you on here, and believe me, everybody here is listening to the legend Marlon Starling. I'm sure when it's meant to be, we'll get a nice hookup. We'll get the cameras on, but you never know, man. We'll hang on it. We'll try the best we can. We'll get something going here.
I don't have a camera. I do have a camera somewhere. But I didn't know anything about this, how to do it.
Did you? Are you on the YouTube site?
I'm on. What says I got a thank you. This says my brother has a link. But what is the link?
The link is that's like the key to the door. You have to click that link, and the internet takes you to the destination. That
Okay, I want to hit where it says Bruce Goes.
I think if you hit that, you're gonna get back to my email.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, probably. Yep.
Yeah. I think you want to. I also text. I emailed
I wish I could help.
Link. I know this is. I know it's frustrating, Marlon, and man, I feel really bad putting you through this, bro.
Wait. I hit my messages again, and it says Bruce Coast. I want to hit that again. Okay. Now what came up? It says this is a YouTube link, and watch the show before. Then I'm gonna hit this and see.
There you go. Hit that, and you should be.
Okay.
Right,
You said I talk. Say something.
And you should see my beautiful face if you hit that.
Do you see me?
No, we can't see you because you're not on the show yet. But you can see George and myself, right?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Bruce.
Yes, sir.
Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce.
I'm right here, brother.
Listen to me, Bruce. I see you and another guy on the side.
That's us, man. That's us. That's me and George. Now the
Okay,
thing you have to do is you have to
now,
you have to cut the volume down on the YouTube.
Okay,
show.
hold on.
It's a big delay.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, we can hear you, but I don't know if we can hear you on the YouTube line. How about the chat out there? Can you hear my brother Marlon Starling out here? And the important thing is, can you hear George?
Okay, listen to me.
Yeah, we're having a terrible connection here, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, my brother.
Okay. I see you and the other guy.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
That's my brother George Jakovic. George is us. And Mad Chad's in here too, man. See,
Okay. Listen. What I'm looking at you and your brother.
yeah. The the sound is driving me nuts here. Let me see if I hit my microphone. It's not going to make any difference there. The best thing I can tell you, Marlon, is to go on the phone, right? And I'll hang up. And if you don't get through on that link I gave you on your cell phone,
I'm in the phone now.
You're in the phone now, and you got that text that I just sent you before we started talking.
Listen. I'm in the phone and I'm talking and I'm looking at you and your brother.
All right.
I'm in the phone and I'm talking.
George, can you hear me? Can you hear Marlon?
I can hear him, but it's all the feedback. I hear all that feedback
all the
too.
Feedback going on. I think if you shut the volume down on YouTube, I think it'll
let me try
feedback.
that.
Okay. Come on, Jesus, help me.
Right now, what I can do, I hear you on my phone.
Okay. The problem is we're getting the repeat stuff. The stuff we were talking about earlier today.
Say that again.
We're getting the repeat. I can hear your microphone kind of coming in from. Oh, wait, is it getting better here? I mean, it's surprisingly entertaining, like my man Khan just said, bro. But I wish we could get this hooked up, but man, can you guys hear us out there? I know George, you can't hear him very well either, can you, brother?
George, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
George, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, which one is George? George is on my screen. George is on the right side, right?
George is the white guy.
They both white.
George is the handsome white guy.
Okay, all right. I got you, George. I got you. Okay, now I think I'm not sure. I think we're a little like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, 10 seconds away from each other when we're speaking.
I think I'm pretty well synced up to you right now, my brother. I can I think it's only on the YouTube, but we have to have YouTube on so you can hear it. Oh, I think now it's coming in pretty well. I think it's coming on okay. You should be in the Hall of Fame. You see that up there, my man?
I see that. I agree to that.
Hey, George, Marlon, now we got you on here, man. We might as well ask you a few questions, but I don't think it's going to get any better. And I want to shout everybody out there, but this isn't. Yeah, it's too much, Marlon. Marlon, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, man. But we have some terrible noise in the background, bro. We're not going to be able to do this, man.
I can hear you pretty good.
Damn. I don't think Donald Curry was this difficult, man. I think you had an easier time in both of those fights.
I think but you say that, but one of the best fighters I ever fought was Donald Curry.
I believe that, man. And man, I would love to chop that up with you tonight, man. But I got a feeling we're not going to be able to get through it tonight with this feedback, brother.
I'm sorry about that, but I'm here, and I'm trying to give you what I can give you.
Bro, I know my heart goes out to you for it. I appreciate it so much, and we talked about it because you're a legend, bro. I mean, this has the makings to be an all-time classic show on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have I'm going to have to talk to somebody on the computer end of it, and maybe George.
You can always try back.
What I'll do, Marlon, if you don't mind, I'll give George your number.
George.
Yeah, I'll give George your number. George can call you, and we can do this again maybe next week. Yeah, I'll give George your number. George can call you.
You know, guys, I tried to be here.
I know you
and
did.
I would love to do it again.
Absolutely, bro.
And maybe we can get a special. Maybe we can get a special bout with George.
Yes, for sure. I'll definitely be in touch with you, Marlon. We're in a day or two, okay, brother?
Okay, man. You take care of you, man.
God bless you, my brother.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
No problem. It's the way it goes, man. God bless you.
You got my number.
Yes, I do. Oh, that was painfully delicious, man. Talking to a legend like Marlon Starling, man.
He couldn't hear me, and that was what he's not understanding is that Google Chrome is an app. It's not you. It's not just. I think he thinks I can just put Google in my search engine and find Google. So, yeah, that's too bad.
It really is. But while we're here, it's Tuesday night, man. We were just talking to the great Marlon Starling. I think we owe Marlon to show some of his sites because Marlon's watching this on YouTube.
This is Marlon Starling's night.
What a great man. Let me shout out who came in the room here, man. We always have a fine stock that comes in here, George. We got Mr. Pads in here. BK was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, man. Salute Con Shawnery, my brother.
Yeah, Con.
Mike Biggs, salute, man. I mentioned you up, Mike. Marion G's out there, brother. Thank you so much for coming in. Jay Gibson, salute, my bro. PH, Big Dog, salute, my brother. PGH from Pittsburgh. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Trick Nolte said he sounds like Marlon is at an orchestra with Beethoven and Metallica.
Dr. Paul Evans, bro. Shout out, man. Salute. And Trick, I saw Trick in here earlier. He came in. I know Trick's working tonight. He's doing some heavy duty stuff this week. And, he graced us with our presence. He bopped out. But Trick, man, and I owe this to Trick. Trick's the one who introduced me to Marlon. And Marlon, what a great guy, man. I spoke to him for about 2 hours earlier. We went through his career. And I said, we're going to talk about it again. Oh, yeah. He loves it, man. He's a warrior, bro.
Anytime. I mean, I was really, when you told me that we had Marlon, I mean, I couldn't wait because he's one of the many fighters that, he was in my childhood. I watched almost every fight that was televised. I watched him fight, and he was one of those guys that was a great fighter, and he never made it into that that stratosphere. But what a career he had. Look, and this is something I was going to say to him. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Let me get the roll call out of the way, George. We'll talk about Marlon. We'll play some fights, man. My brother Kenneth Johnson. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to my brother Kenneth Johnson out there. Mad Chad's out in the audience. Mad Chad was in here a bit ago. He stepped off. I guess he saw the snafu going on. But man, and Trick Nolte. Trick is the like I said, man. Trick is the ringmaster here. I think he knew that Marlon was probably as internet savvy as I am, so he figured he'd throw us together and see what happened. And damn, but it's going to happen again. Trick, you heard Marlon. What a great guy. And Jeff Lucietta, bro, salute to you, man. Thanks for coming in here. 2-pack 13, bro. I'm smoking. In fact, I'm going to need a couple of extra puffs here today. Chi-Town's finest, my brother. Salute to you, man. Get that done with, George, man. And I love doing it because this is what makes it, bro. It is, man. We see all our brothers and sisters that come out and salute us and wish us well. And I hope that little talk with Marlon Starling was entertaining because to me it was entertaining as hell. I could feel the frustration in Marlon's voice.
Well, we'll talk to him again. And you said you talked to him for 2 hours.
Oh man,
maybe maybe you asked him this, but what something I wanted to ask him. The last fight of his career, he lost his welterweight belt to Maurice Blocker. Really close decision. Marlon Starling was only 30 years old. when he just retired. I mean, 30 years old. A lot of fighters aren't even in their prime at 30, and he retired and he never came back. And I wonder why he retired and why he never came back, because he was a young man. He's still a young man. He's only 62, but he was young when he gave it up.
The Magic Man himself. And you know what really caught my attention? I mean, like I said, I read about him in Ring and Boxing Illustrated when he fought the Mouse Bruce Strauss, and you saw him light up when I mentioned that one, bro.
Yep.
And that's the way Marlon is. He loves what boxing used to be, and he'll tell you right out today how toxic it is, and how he doesn't even know who the heavyweight champion of the world is.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to talk to him, because I had a million questions to him. Just wanted to tell him how much I loved watching him fight, and what we have to have him on again, because he's a guy I never got to talk to. When I got to HBO, it was long after his career was over, but he did light up when you brought up Bruce Strauss. So we'll do it. We'll do it again. We'll do it again with him.
That's just one of the many. I brought up, see, the one time I saw Marlon fight was at the Providence Civic Center when he fought Bump City Bumpus.
Oh, man. That was a weird fight.
Very weird fight. And Marlon got the on that fight in Providence, Rhode Island, bro. Lou Duva had Bump City Bumpus just coming into the welterweight foray after getting knocked out by Gene Hatcher. And he goes in against Marlon, and Marlon busts him open. And you could see Lou Duva kind of stretching the skin on that fight in the corners, like, let's get this fight stopped here while we're still ahead, because Marlon's getting stronger. He's figuring you out. And that's what happened. The fight was stopped because of an accidental butt, went to the scorecards. Marlon's a notoriously slow starter. And Bump City Bumpus got that decision. Even the fans in Providence were booing the decision. Marlon's just down the road in Hartford, Connecticut. So it was a tough, the first time I saw him, it was a tough loss to take. Controversial circumstances. I'm sure it would be all over the internet today if it happened this week. But
yeah, for sure.
And that was towards the end of his career. After that's when he fought Michael Nunn, which was great. Little Green Eyes P, man. Shout out, salute to you. Thanks for coming in. Sexiest name on the internet. But George, he had the foray into middleweight, and we talked about that fight too. He said, he went in there, and it was like a sparring session. So
but I wonder why he did it. Why did he go he went from welterweight to middleweight? Money. Oh, well, okay.
And also, Marlon was not a money fighter. Marlon was a legacy fighter.
Yeah.
He realized if he had won the welterweight and the middleweight, bypassing the super welterweight or junior middleweight, whatever you want to call it, bro, he would have cemented his name in the legacy books right there. Not that he hasn't in my books. Lady Love, thanks for coming in. But man, we were talking to Marlon on the phone, and Marlon's from my era. We're the kind of people who we went into an elevator, and there was a guy there dressed like the general from the Revolutionary War. He had the braids on, and he'd press the buttons. That's how internet idiotic we were, And Marlon's from my generation, and we just didn't have the savvy back then that we have today. I mean, my grandkids show me how to, if I have a problem with my phone, give it to one of the 10-year-olds. All set, Pappy. Do I feel hot, George?
Yeah, that's man. You know what? We'll get him again.
Oh yes, we will. That's why I roll with the punches in this game. I mean, this is the internet, man. We can go on. We're not limited to any time. Although we love this Tuesday night fight shit, man. I dream about this, George.
I know. I can't. I mean, look, I look forward to every Tuesday, and especially when you told me that
the mooch was here. The moochie himself. Oh, bro. I was grinning. I'm walking around the neighborhood this morning. They must have thought I was retarded. I'm smiling. I got a smile on my face. Because after talking to him last night, I knew he had so much to say, and it was going to be no questions necessary. This is going to be strictly grassroots, and you see how Marlon is. You mentioned a name that rings a bell in his head, man, and we're gonna hear a great story, and we're gonna hear it again out there, man. I want to apologize to everybody that came in here looking to see Marlon Starling. We heard a little bit of him, so I'm not a total liar. At least I tried my best, and Marlon tried his best. It's going to happen. It's going to be a great show. We brought you the best fighters that we can over here. And my brother George back there, modest as can be, he stepped out and stepped back in. I think we're gonna show a little bit of Marlon Starling's career here, man. Let's see. George is my producer there because I got these pulled up, but I seems to lag when I show them. That's why I rely on George, and he's got a powerful internet system. George was I call him an executive producer. He has another word for it, but anyway, he's got an Oscar, an Emmy rather. I mean, the man is a true professional. You go watch his shows. One round with George, 3 minutes, precise 3 minutes of up to the minute action, and George is my right hand man over here, but he's my wheelman as far as the internet's going. Here we go, man. Here we go.
All right.
Like I said, we're gonna pull up a little. What do we got here for the first fight, George?
So I was gonna go to Jose the Threat Barrett first because this was Barrett. You can set Barrett up, but Barrett was supposed to be the new killer in the welterweight division, unbeaten New York guy, and I think he was trying to make a name off of Marlon Starling, but that wasn't going to happen.
Yes, he was, man. Jose the Threat Barrett was the Edgar Berlanga of the era, knocking out everybody. I believe he was like 18-0, 17 knockouts, some crazy record like that.
He was 60-0. I think he had like 14 knockouts, 50. So he had a lot of knockouts, but he was knocking everyone out.
And the word was he was knocking people out with the big gloves in Gleason's gym, the 16-ounce gloves, tapping them on the chin. So it was who is this? And who is this Jose the Threat Barrett? Marlon Starling is going to be a name on his resume, and man, the Magic Man came in there that night, and he showed him what the real deal that he was, man. Let's watch it. Let's watch the beautiful Magic Man Marlon Starling over here, man. He just turned 24, and he was already looked at as an opponent for an up-and-coming young Jose.
Which is crazy
fans
because
in Atlantic City.
Starling was only 2 fights removed from fighting Curry the first time he fought Curry, which was a close decision.
Oh yeah. Oh, Marlon thinks he swears he won that fight.
And I thought he won the first fight.
Well, that's when the world got to see the Starling stomp. And
that's right. Look at that. 21 years old, 24 years
24 years old.
That was
G5 stopping in the building. Salute my brother G5. And look who else is in here. We got everybody but Marlon Starling coming in.
We got the trickster in here too.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
My brother.
Y'all hear me?
Oh, bro.
Yeah, we hear you.
We're the kind of a people that we'll go through all that glass till we find that diamond, and we found it, and we're the kind of people that we get dealt a bunch of lemons, bro. We make lemonade, so we're brewing up a pitcher of lemonade over here in honor of the great Marlon Starling, who's going to come back with us. Trick, he didn't have internet access. We tried to get it all day, and here we are, bro.
Yeah, I was listening, man. And man, it's, like I say, it sounds like what I say. He was at a Beethoven and Metallica was having a concert together, man. That was crazy. What was that noise, man? Gosh.
Well, he was on a delay, so he was listening to us on YouTube, and it took like 8 seconds for him to hear us. And in between, we just heard all that noise.
Well, we tried our best, and it'll happen again. Trick had me talking to Marlon Starling a couple of weeks ago on a phone call, and man, I said right away after speaking to him, I got to get this guy on the show. He's from my neck of the woods. He's in my age bracket, and man, like Trick, I talked to him this morning for a couple of hours, this afternoon for an hour. He's such an easy guy to talk to, such a friendly, knowledgeable guy, man. I love Marlon Starling, bro. I definitely want to get him back on here if he'd like to come on. Sliding counter, salute to you, my brother.
Yeah, I remember when I talked to him a while back on the phone, man. I mean, his mind is sharp, man. And one of the first things he said to me was, man, and it's sad. He goes, man, these guys they can't fight. That's one of the first things he said, because these guys can't fight and they don't want to fight. I
Man,
said, yeah,
Marlon Starling would be a problem if he was around today for all these guys, for Spence, for Crawford, for Boots, for anyone. Starling was a great fighter.
Look at that movement. What's up,
and
G5?
What a chin he had. This man he got knocked out once. It was disputed. He never got knocked out. In how many fights, George? 60 fights?
He had over 50 fights. He was 45, 6-1.
never got stopped. Well, that was declared a no contest. And that fight, that's why they have the 10-second rule, because of that fight.
Well, you know what's crazy too about that fight? It was declared a no contest, but he still lost his title.
Yeah, yes, he did.
That just shows you how screwed up boxing is, that they declared a no contest, which means it never happened. There was no decision, and he lost his belt. So
terrible. And that was a bizarre night. You watch it closely, and it's obviously after the bell, but it's so hard. It's so hard to stop you in the middle of a punch.
And that was an HBO fight, and they should have never. It became kind of a famous interview, but Larry Merchant talked to him after the fight, and he didn't even realize he had gotten knocked out. And he literally said, "What do you mean knocked out? I wasn't even knocked down." His people should have never let him talk after, be interviewed after that fight, because he literally didn't even realize he was knocked out.
I'm gonna put this on.
Y'all see that?
Yep.
Put the fight on pause for 1 second. I can put this on. Let's see, where's Trick Nolte? Yeah, we'll give him a full screen here. Yep, and Trick, I know how hard it is to hold that book up, bro. That sucker's got to weigh over 10 pounds.
That book's called Boxing Heroes and More.
Man, that book got everything in there, Trick. I remember you showing me some stuff. What's going on, my brother? And I was on mute. Shit, my phone's tripping.
That's Michael Nunn and Marlon Starling. Right there.
It's a bad book right here, y'all. Look at that. How thick it is.
I see it, bro. The one I've got, that one that you sent me, man, and if I didn't have, I got arthritis so bad in my shoulders, man, and that sucker weighs so much. I gotta get I gotta go get a forklift to carry that around the house. But here we go. Look at Marlon Starling. He's brought in here as an opponent. He really was.
Yeah, Jose Barrett was a big puncher, and he had a lot of hype behind him. People thought he was going to be the new sensation in the welterweight division. And Marlon Starling is not the guy to test a young fighter with. He's not the guy. And they made a mistake. A lot of fighters made mistakes, and Jose Barrett's team put him in with the wrong guy that night.
Shout out to my brother, Everything Boxing, Keon. Salute to you, man. We were talking to Marlon Starling a little earlier, bro. We had technical difficulties. We couldn't do the show we wanted to do, but Marlon's here in our hearts, man. We're watching a few of his fights, dedicating it to him. Okay, yeah, Keon, I just wanted to make sure I had you a wrench on there. I don't want you running around here free game, man. Everybody coming in here, I like to wrench him up, man, Especially my brother Keon out there. Little Green Eyes P, man. Got to give Little Green Eyes, add her as a moderator for sure, sister. Thank you so much for coming in once again.
Hey, G5, have you seen, you saw some of Starling's fights, right? Some highlights?
Yeah, buddy. Marlon was a bad boy.
Oh, man.
I think a couple years back, Trick, you the one who kind of put me up on him, Marlon Starling, man. I remember you was talking to him, and he kept talking about Marlon Starling. I'm like, man, let me go check. You know the name, but you have to go do research and stuff, and go check it out. And he was a bad boy, man. Bad boy.
knocked out Mark Breeland, destroyed guys like Lloyd Honeyghan, who beat Donald Curry. He fought twice with Donald Curry. I mean, this guy was the cream of the crop. In welterweight, it was like if not for split decisions and real close fights, he would have been the standout. And it was really surprising that Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight Marlon Starling.
Well,
didn't fight him.
That's the fight that he wanted.
Sugar stayed away from all those guys. Starling, Curry, he stuck to the big name, big money fights. These guys were too good in too much risk and too little reward for a guy like Sugar Ray Leonard.
Judge, who invented that fucking saying? I want to slap him in the face, bro. I'm not gonna slap him like Will Smith did either, bro. My slaps are closed fist.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something. Chris Rock,
get the fuck out of here.
We don't want to talk about that slap, but I will say this. Will Smith is like 215, 220. No. Chris Rock is like 150, and Chris Rock barely took a step back. So, Chris Rock has a good chin.
Why are all the boxing channels talking about that?
Look, they should be talking about Marlon Starling right here. This is like the third round.
That's right.
At this point, he's already tasted Barrett's power, and Starling had a great chin. I mean, like you said, he was only knocked out once, which wasn't even a knockout.
Good defense. Great defense.
Great. He had that high guard. He came and see Marlon Starling. See, he knows Jose Barrett is not the kind of guy that you're going to fight on the outside. He knows he has to get in the trenches with him. And see, look at that right. He's coming in behind that high guard. He's hitting him to the body with uppercuts, but he's doing all his damage on the inside where you'd think he'd want to stay away from Barrett. But nope. I don't think Barrett knows what to do with this. He needs plan B over here. Look at the defense. What a fucking defense he had, man.
When you're young and you're 16-0 and you're knocking everyone out, and this guy doesn't fall and he doesn't get tired, that's probably not a good feeling.
And it looks like he's starting to play with him. I think he already knows he's got this kid beat. He's not going to get knocked out. He's playing the earmuffs over there. And Arthur McCanty, great referee, probably my favorite referee of all time.
And Michael Buffer was the guy.
Yeah. Man, McCanty, goodness gracious. McCanty said he would have refereed George Foreman. I mean, Ali and Frazier.
Ali and Frazier.
That guy was his round. He said he would have done it for free. And did y'all know that him and his son refereed a card on the same night one time?
It was on HBO.
It was Roy Jones, David Telesco, and Roy Jones. Mm-hmm. That was crazy, man.
Father and son.
His son ref.
And I'll tell you, Arthur McCanty, he was probably in as good a shape as the fighters were. That man could go 15 rounds and come back and do another one back to back. Unbelievable condition. Ex-Marine. Shout out to J Blues Radio, my brother. Salute, man.
Atlantic City.
Shout out to Atlantic City, man.
This fight was an AC. AC used to have some good fights.
Mm-hmm. And because the Indians didn't have the gaming like they do now. Now every state pretty much has casinos because of the sovereign nation status. But back in the day, Atlantic City was going to be the Las Vegas of the East Coast, and they tried to be for a couple of years. But you had the people who had been to both that they came back and said, "Nah, it's not Las Vegas, not by a long shot." But
Look,
it is
Tyson,
Atlantic City.
Tyson had some big fights there.
Fights.
They had some big fights, but now they
Sliding counter. You got Destiny Starling. That's Marlon Starling's woman. So shout out there. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Moochie can take a hit. His preparation was insane. He said to me that the art of boxing is to hit and not get hit. You know that, Destiny. I mean, Marlon Starling had great defense, and even when he took a punch like Jake LaMotta, he was telling me today his favorite era was the 40s. Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake LaMotta, Rocky Graziano. He modeled himself after those those fighters.
So Bruce, this is the fourth round, and already Jose Barrett started this fight off the aggressor. Starling's backing him up now. Starling's the one taking the fight to him, and he's running out of gas. Jumped out of a plane with no parachute.
Look at him. He's holding on for dear life. And welcome to the club. Welcome to the big boys club over here. Good night. Oh, I remember this fight, George. Jose the Threat Barrett. He's saying, "What hit me? What was that? Get the license of that truck." Goodbye. Look at that, man. God bless Marlon Starling. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Marlon had some power, too. He could do a lot of things. He could do almost everything well.
Oh, angles. You didn't see his punches coming. He had such great movement. You know, I could never understand why they matched him up with Donald Curry early in his career like that. That would be today. That would be the equivalent of matching Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz 3 years ago.
Well, different era. They used to actually fight.
And you know something, George? That L didn't make any difference.
Right. And the guy still became a two-time champion of the world.
Yeah, everybody's worried about losing their L. Ask Marlon Starling how much that hurt him. Oh,
hit him with a.
And he's waiting for Barrett to get
up. So
hook
and uppercut with the right hand.
He got hit by a freight train.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
He felt that.
So Bruce, I think where we should go from here is the night that he became the welterweight champion of the world.
Oh yeah.
As a big underdog to Mark Breeland. Mark
Breeland, five-time New York Golden Gloves champion. Unprecedented. Mark Breeland, undefeated world champion, amateur standout. I mean, we all know Mark Breeland. And this was a fight that Marlon Starling, once again, he came in as the underdog. He was the B-side. And he's fighting against a gold medalist, a amateur standout. I mean, this dude was he came with all the gold.
August 22nd, 1987. This fight was in South Carolina, and it was in South Carolina because Breeland had family in South Carolina. So it was the first, at the time, it was the first title fight ever in South Carolina. So this was even though Breeland's from Brooklyn, this was like a homecoming for him. He had his family there, and here we go, round one, ABC Sports.
There we go.
Look at that jab, though. Free TV, man. Free TV.
Hey, his jab was sharp,
though.
Like a laser.
Man.
You know, people thought he was going to be the next Tommy Hearns because he was long and thin, had a good right hand. He had a good jab. I mean, but it's kind of unfair to be compared to Tommy Hearns because Breeland had a good right hand. Tommy Hearns had a legendary right hand.
Fact. I mean, Tommy Hearns he's got more notches in his gun and left more legends sleeping. And he wasn't on the level to be compared to the great Thomas Hearns.
Now I remember Breeland went down a bunch of times, like he got pushed down. His legs looked really weird. He looked like his legs looked weird. I mean, he had skinny legs anyway, but he went down, from what I remember, a lot. Like he got pushed down a lot. You know, his legs didn't seem to be there.
And it's a 15-round fight too, man.
Yeah, 15 rounds.
Salute to my brother. Teach, stopping in the building, man. Thank you, bro. Yeah, 15 rounds, man. You know, these fighters today don't understand the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. Kwee, thanks for coming in, Kwee. Salute to you. They don't understand the testicular fortitude. Those last 3 rounds, bro. They get done with a 12-round fight, and they're dead. Can you imagine those championship? They consider round 10, 11, and 12 the 11 and 12 the championship rounds today, and it really is. I can't even use that term after living through shit like this. The real championship rounds. Ali and Joe Frazier banging heads in the 15th round, man.
Yeah, I mean, and of course we know it's not the fighter's fault. There's no 15 rounders, and they talk about it every now and then. You hear they talk about maybe bringing it back. That'll never happen. They'll never go back to 15 rounds.
Boxing is becoming pussified. It's just, when you hear they're not going to show boxing in the Olympics, what are you talking about? I mean, it's. I can't even begin to crash on boxing. And people say I keep repeating myself, talking about how they overlap the fights. Well, bro, if they didn't do it every weekend, I wouldn't talk about it every week. Saturday night, there were 2 fights on, they overlapped, and I couldn't concentrate on one. I didn't see the knockdown. I didn't see Tim Tszyu get knocked down. I wanted to see that, man. I couldn't devote my entire attention to it.
Luckily, I was going back and forth, and I saw it.
Bro, I'm not gonna say anything about that, George. If you catch me, Trick, if you catch me saying that again, give me one of those freaking internet shots in the head. What do they call it? A vertical? I don't know. Jelly bean, my brother.
Hey, I got something to say though. Funny you was mentioning how the fight boxing they're overlapping each other. That reminds me boxing has become like wrestling, because remember back in the day when they had that WCW would come on at 7 o'clock.
Monday Night Wars.
And then what Ted Turner did was like, okay, you know what? I'll put us back on at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, so they came back on at 10 o'clock. So I mean, they're overlapping each other, like you say. So I got to switch back and forth between WWE and WCW, back in the day.
Yeah, it's just not good. It's not a good look. It really isn't. But, they don't really care about fans, because I think they all think, well, people are.
Let me make sure I mention Destiny out there.
Recording things.
Destiny just said, I believe his trainers and managers should have never gave Breeland that fight. He only had 14 fights before he fought Marlon. And that's from one of Marlon's family members we're listening to out there.
Well, he was 18-0, so 4 more fights. But look, it turned out that he wasn't experienced enough. But when this fight was stopped, Breeland was up on the cards. So, he did well against a great fighter like Marlon Starling. He was up on, I think, 2 of the 3 cards when it was stopped. So
we're talking about those championship rounds once again after the 12th round.
If you don't have your legs,
great amateur fighter, 3 rounds.
If you don't have your legs against Marlon Starling didn't get tired. He really didn't get fatigued. He kept coming. So if you had some weakness and you didn't have your legs, you were going to get it in those later rounds.
Always in shape, always ready, man. Stay ready.
ABC, Wide World of Sports. Free TV, championship.
What a glorious
free TV, man. Free TV. Look.
D-Ray, my brother. Shout out to my man D-Ray out there. Thank you for coming in, man. And Opulent LT. I don't want to miss anybody out there. I have to keep my eye on the chat room there, because, man, you guys don't know how much I appreciate you coming in here to listen to me and George and G5 and Trick Nolte, and Mad Chad was here earlier. We love boxing. We miss Tuesday night fights, bro. And damn, we're gonna bring them back to you. They can throw us in YouTube jail, but we're gonna hang and bang over here, man. We're gonna sit through it. Look at that.
Breeland went down. He went down again. This is another guy. Starling, Breeland was unbeaten, 18-0. Now this was a more evenly matched fight, but Breeland was the favorite coming in.
George, you look at Marlon Starling's record, man. You go through Box Rec and you see all the reds on people's records, the opponents' records. I think Marlon Starling and all the fights he had, maybe 3 of those guys had losing records. Everybody he fought. You know how many O's he took away? Bro, this is, people don't recognize that.
And Mark Breeland was another O that had to go. And Breeland and Starling took it.
definition of betting on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, that's that golden era. They want to fight just because they love it. It wasn't all about their paycheck. That's why I respect the older fighters, because
Dr. Mark, I saw
they wanted to
Dr.
get
Mark
paid.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mark, salute to you, my brother. Man, I got to keep my eye on things, and I got these memory lapses. I don't know if you want to call it the old timers or whatever, but if I don't say something and it goes by me for 2 minutes, it'll slip me. And damn, I don't want to slight anybody that comes into the chat, because like I said, George, I love it. I love being in here, and I love having people in here with us. And I appreciate it. I want to shout them all out for taking their time on a Tuesday night prime time to come watch the fights with the four of us over here, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. The O that had to go.
Breeland just landed a few good right hands.
Destiny, are you Marlon's woman or his daughter?
Just sticking the tongue out at him.
You were saying that Starling dared to be great. Like, he took challenges, and I think that's why he fought Michael Nunn towards the end of his career. He jumped from welterweight to middleweight because no one would fight Michael Nunn. He wanted to fight Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, and to Starling's credit, he jumped up 2 weight classes to fight the middleweight champion of the world, and
no
had a good
catchweight.
showing.
No catchweight. You hear that, Canelo Alvarez? No catchweight.
Nope.
Shout out to my brother Felix Nunez. Thank you for coming in, Felix. Salute, man. Salute. Yeah, you got to give Mark Breeland credit too. He's not a runner. He's sitting in. He's trading toe to toe with Marlon Starling.
Mark Breeland was
he's
hell
not
of a fighter.
Like I said, no bicycle in his bag, bro.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh.
And he just got staggered with a big right.
Oh.
Just imagine if somebody else fought like that. We know.
Mark Breeland was probably the best amateur to ever come out of the U.S. program. He was just an amateur star.
Oh.
Never quite panned out to be as great as he was in the pros, but he was a 2-time, I believe, welterweight champion. He had a really good career. He was a good fighter.
Mm-hmm. This fight right here, though, I remember watching this, George, and this just suddenly made Mark Breeland mortal. I mean, it was just this was as unexpected as watching George Foreman get knocking out Michael Moorer. Not quite to the magnitude, but it was that shocking. It's like Mark Breeland got knocked out.
Although you could kind of sense it coming later in the fight. But Breeland was winning the fight. He was winning the fight when it was stopped.
I did not expect it. It was an oh my moment. Tay, shout out, Queen. Thanks for coming in. Always showing support, man. Always showing support. Salute. Picasso, my brother. Destry. I'm sorry. Destry. Oh, your brother. Shout out to you, man.
See, Breeland went down again.
I say stupid things. I don't read very well. I have terrible vision, man. Destry, Marlon Starling's brother, is gracing us in here, man. Salute, thank you. And tell your brother that, man, I'm so sorry that we didn't get him on here live. He actually wasn't here live because, he was on the phone a little bit. People got to listen to him a little, and they kind of knew that I wasn't just blowing smoke out there, and I'll never do that, bro. I never go fishing for anybody, the latest or whatever. We were going to have Marlon Starling. We're going to have him again, and right now we're going through some of Marlon's fights. Destry Starling is in the audience here to make sure we don't fact check us, brother. Making sure we don't say any bullshit. I'll put it that way. Chen Smoke, man, salute to you. Thank you for coming in, man. Yeah, a lot of the effective aggression Wilder used got directly from Breeland. That shot where he pushes out the jab to blind his opponent. Bro, yeah, Breeland was a great teacher for what happened, man, But Marlon Starling is going to come on and take the welterweight title from Mark Breeland here. He's got Mark Breeland figured out, man. He's inside him. He's making Mark Breeland tie him up. Mark Breeland's not effective like that. Breeland's a long-range puncher. He's got a great uppercut. He's probably going to try to get it in there. right uppercut. But
Breeland banged a lot of shots to the body too. The first 4 rounds, Breeland went to the body more in this fight than I remember.
yes, he did,
He'd
man.
shoot that right hand to the body, like Starling would think it was coming up top, and he would shoot it to his body.
Big homie Coop, Andrew Charles. Salute my brothers. Thank you so much for coming in, man. We're watching a little boxing over here with Bruce Gass, my brother George Jakovic. We got Trick Nolte in here. We got G5 Gabe over here, man. We're watching some career highlight fights from our brother Marlon Starling, who's with us in heart over here. Jose Wells, salute to you, brother. That's okay, man. Better late than never, bro. Better late than never. Now that I've got my brother George over here producing, I can make sure that that all my people in here are moderated. My brother, big homie Coop, there you go, bro. You're safe because we got a rule in here. Anybody that doesn't have a wrench, blast them out of here. And I just want to make sure you're covered, man. I want to get bulletproofing. I think G5 goes by that rule too over there, man. I don't see too many strays walking around there.
Breeland went down again. This is like the 5th time that he's been on the canvas.
From a slip and a push, and that's not a good sign, bro.
No,
I mean,
no.
you gotta feel. You don't want to be acclimated to that canvas in any way. Yeah, Breeland's just every time he hits him, he look at this, man. Another time, once again, Mark Breeland is on unsteady pins.
Got to be tough fighting a guy 6'2"
up,
at 147 pounds.
You know that, my brother D-Ray. I'm blazing over here. How about you, G5? What you puffing on, my brother?
Looks like G5's gone.
Uh-oh. I'm outnumbered here. These two guys don't smoke. They're gonna take away my lighter. Put me in the corner.
I'm a square, man.
What you puffing on, G5? I'm smoking some grape ape over here, brother.
Now, I'm 48 years old. Never smoked ever. Not one time.
I know. God bless you.
I'm with you, Trick.
Hey,
I'm
Trick.
the same way.
Hey, Trick, you want to sell your urine?
I'm a square, man.
Trick.
What?
How much you charge me for a jar of your urine?
Oh,
That's
wow.
worth money these days.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay.
That's worth money, my bro. Anybody needs to pass a urine test, get a sample from Trick Nolte, bro. That's clean stuff. No drugs. You'll pass your drug screen. Truck drivers, cops, soldiers. Trick, that urine is valuable. Every time you flush that toilet, you're probably flushing $50, $100 down the fucking drain, though, bro.
Yeah, man, it's valuable, man. It's clean, man.
I'll tell you, they even have little devices you put in your pocket and put in your pants. You piss in the cup, they're looking at you. They think your dick is pissing that fake Trick Nolte clean urine out of it, man. Mike Tyson used
that before.
Actually,
it's
Bruce,
called
I may not be
ozonator.
clean look. I may not be clean look.
Oh, Snack, you might not be clean.
What's he showing off there?
His Snack multivitamins.
Oh yeah. I can't see him with the angle, but I know he's got those. I saw him before. He's got that ZM8. He's got those men's mega multis with the extra testosterone and probably a little bit of growth hormone in there. There you go, bro. There you go. And Victor Conti's got Trick Nolte under contract. Don't you believe any of that shit that he's waving in front of there? Those are performance-enhancing drugs.
Hey, and once again, who's down on the canvas?
Bullshit.
Once again,
fortified with Dianabol, fortified with testosterone.
Bruce goes on a rant while Mark Breeland hits the canvas.
He looks so good. Trick Nolte's old enough to be my uncle, and he looks like he's young enough to be my son. He's taking all those snack vitamins.
Hey, Bruce, you missed it, but Breeland went down again.
Again? How many times is that?
This is a 6 or 7 times he's been down.
I mean, this is like on the verge of a disqualification, isn't it?
No, I mean, no, he warned Starling once, but Breeland didn't have his legs. He didn't. You don't go down that many times without something being wrong. And
you're in an occupation where it's kill or be killed. You don't belong in that ring unless you're 100%. So you would figure they'd have the doctors look at him, his corner or something, if those legs aren't going to hold him up.
I was going to ask Marlon. I read an old Ring magazine article, and Marlon was talking about the best fighters he faced. He said Donald Curry was the best overall fighter he faced, but he said the guy that had the best jab was Breeland. He said Breeland was known for his right hand, but it was really his jab that bothered him more in this fight than his right hand.
Yeah, Destry says Breeland's jab was serious. It was Moochie's heart that broke him down. Because you can see Moochie's just not, he's absorbing everything. He's just coming forward. And, you can tell he's the stronger man here. I mean, he's thrown him down a couple of times. Regardless if his legs are good or whether they're not good, this guy's still forcing his will upon you.
But Breeland was winning a lot of these rounds.
Perfect build, perfect size for a welterweight.
Breeland was winning a lot of these rounds, and it's a little premature because the fight hasn't been stopped yet, but I mean, Breeland was up 10 points on one card, 5 points on another card, and 8 points on another.
Wow.
So, I mean, he was up big in this fight, but 15 rounds is a long time.
Underground Asylum, bro. Salute to you, bro. You're moderated.
And Breeland got to have the record for losing fights to underdogs, man. He lost the fight to Starling, and he was losing the fight to Aaron Davis. He was outboxing Aaron Davis. Clearly outboxing
Aaron Davis. Yeah.
Aaron Davis man.
Aaron Davis was a good fighter.
Shot, man.
Davis was Superman.
Yeah,
Superman Davis, he was a good fighter.
Yep.
Well, like I said earlier, Marlon Starling, his name has no chumps on there. He's got 90% of the fighters he fought had winning records. More than that.
Hell, is this dude calling me? It's weirdos
again.
Contact me on Facebook.
Breeland didn't have a lot of pop on his punches in this fight. I mean, he doesn't look really sharp. He's kind of
Starling is crowding him.
And look, he went down again. I mean, this is exactly. I have not seen this fight since it was live, and I just remember every round. It seems like he's gone down more times in this fight than there are rounds. He's been down more than 7 times. Yeah, Marion G. I just checked on BoxRec. I looked at the. They give you the scorecards on most fights stopped, and those were the scores that Breeland was up that big. I don't think he should have been up that many points, but these judges, they had it. They had this fight in Breeland's. The fight was in Breeland's pocket, but he couldn't go 15 rounds against Marlon Starling.
Sorry, G5. I was over in YouTube, Google, making sure everybody had ventures, and I see G5's not up here. What is going? I gotta stop using the F word too. You guys are gonna have to slap me in the face. I gotta clean the language up and clean up the internet. That's my thing over here, bro.
Sometimes you gotta use it, man. Sometimes you gotta use it.
Sometimes, but as often as I use it, it's like I'm gonna have to get a bar of soap in my pocket so I can wash my mouth out.
And once again,
that's the way. Oh,
Breeland went down again.
Goodness, of course.
Unbelievable! This has got to be a record over here, really. Yeah, see on the inside.
They're gonna show him he got hit with a couple. Oh, you know what? That body shot hurt him. Low blow. Hit him with a low blow and a body shot.
Borderline low blow.
It hurt him.
Yeah, I never could understand. Mr. Mechanica, my bro, salute to you, man. Salute to you. Thank you so much for coming in, bro. Oh, look again!
What
Look
in
at
the
this,
world?
man.
And Marlon just helped him up.
This is
Was this
borderline
I think
ridiculous,
this
bro.
one was a low blow. Yeah, this was a low blow, and Breeland is doing the right thing, taking time, because it's obvious his legs are gone. His legs are gone.
I mean, he's bent over like a snapped toothpick. The way just the the legs are gone. Oh, like that toothpick that the G5 dangles out of his lips all the time, man. Snap. That's what Breeland looked like bent over there. Gee,
Yeah.
Gee, you're gone again. There we go, man. This guy bops up and comes up. I got to stay over here and StreamYard to make sure I don't lose G5. Okay, here we go, man.
No, I'm here. Now I caught a bad signal area, man. It just kicked me right out. Man.
Damn, we definitely don't want no bad signals from you, bro. Look, here we go.
Ooh. Yeah, there was no official knockdowns yet in this fight. Marion was asking. Just Breeland's been down about 10 times, and
again.
There he goes
again.
Unbelievable.
Like at this point, I remember watching it, saying he's going to get knocked out, and I was rooting for Breeland. I like Breeland. I watched him in the Olympics, but if you're watching at home at this point, like I didn't think he was going to go 15 unless he caught Starling with something, and Starling you knew he wasn't going to get knocked out tonight.
No, Starling he's just coming on, just getting better with each round, and he's just really authoritating himself in there, and obviously we know from hindsight he's setting Breeland up for that coup de grace, which we're going to see.
Man, he honestly had Breeland number. Tonight, Breeland, he wasn't gonna be able to beat this man.
Yeah,
not on this night.
Like Marlon's brother's saying over here, man, you get hit in those ribs enough, and how can you continue fighting?
Ooh. Yeah,
most people I know boxers, they'd rather take one on the chin than they would in the solar plexus or on the liver.
You know, Marlon. Some nights it's your night, and Marlon he had lost a title shot before, and you never know how many you're going to get. So you could see tonight he wasn't going to be stopped. He wasn't going to be stopped.
I'll make the best of a bad situation.
Hey, Bruce, my pee clean. You want it?
No, I don't need it anymore. I don't, and I've only had a few instances where I did, but those instances that I did, I got screwed.
I'm converted like my big bro Trick. I don't smoke or drink no more. Shit.
Me either, man. That's my thing right there. George, put that on hold for a second, please, my brother.
Yeah, no, I'm just lying.
I've got to show my people.
Bruce.
Always show them a nice little bud when I come on here, man.
I'm almost home. Just wait, Brucey. I got some shit too.
That's a nice little bud of the grape ape right there, my bro. That's going into Toker too. Just wanted to show that to you while we're enjoying this fight. All my people out there who like to see what I'm smoking, and that's from a legal card-carrying medical marijuana patient for the state of Rhode Island. And I thank God every time I open that little jar up and I smell that sweet smell. And man, I wish I could get you all stoned with me. I'd like to have you all over here on my Toker too, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen today.
Who is that, Trick? Kelsey who?
Everyone that I see out there, I want to check it off, man.
Well, I'm gonna be
I got a missed call on Facebook. You know what it is?
Who's that from?
I got a missed call. You zoom in. Can you put it in?
All right, we're back on hold once more. Director.
Kelsey?
Yeah, Kelsey. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Kelsey Banks?
Kelsey, there you go. Missed call. Kelsey Banks. Yeah. I'm gonna be speaking with him soon. He called me, I was asleep.
Trick, you're
Yeah,
always Trick. You're the
he
man.
sweeps.
You're the man, dude. If they could have a Trick Nolte Memorial chat room over here, there would be more. Uh, they wouldn't have enough microphones if you could get all the boxes to Trick Nolte knows. It would be a battle royale.
Hold on.
Mm.
One more missed call. Look at this one.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I told you to plug in the socket, Trick. I told you to plug in the socket. They plug you in, you plug them in.
What Kenny do y'all know?
McKinney?
Kenny McKinney. Yep.
All right.
Kennedy McKinney.
Yep.
Trick Nolte. You should have told him to call you over here. Had your calls transferred. We would have put him on.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
That's what we should do. You know, when I was younger, we all didn't have cell phones in our pocket. We'd say, hey, listen, tell him I'm over at Bruce Gass's house. Have him call me over there. And bango, we get him on here and we get him right on the show. And we just keep it rocking and rolling over here, Trick.
Man, this is a better fight that I remember. When Breeland could stay on his feet, these guys were going at it. But there's no way that Breeland should have been up 10 points at the time of the stoppage.
No. Breeland was up 10 points.
On one of the cards, he was up by 10.
That's in his hometown. Talk about a hometown decision.
See, Breeland, that's a bad sign when you start the round grabbing your opponent. Breeland, they started the round and Breeland reached out to hold him.
Starling is coming in with bad intentions, though.
Man, you know, G5 used to run, but I know you're a sprinter, G5. I was a middle distance runner. When you're running a race and you know you're dead, like there's nothing you can do. And it's a bad feeling. But imagine being a fighter and you're out of gas, but you got a man trying to knock you out and you can't do anything about it. And that's what happened to Breeland. Like he was out of gas. You can't run in that ring. Like when you're out of gas, you're in trouble.
Breeland, he's still pumping that jab out there, though.
I mean, Breeland was a hell of a fighter, and he was still trying to win this fight.
And then there was the infamous Breeland Starling too.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. That was on HBO, and that was a draw. And Breeland won. I'm sorry, Starling won that fight. I mean, it was a clear cut win for Marlon Starling. But look, at least he didn't get robbed and didn't lose his title.
You know a fight that reminded me of? I mean, not so much the exact fights, but the Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns when they came back for their rematch.
Well, I mean, Leonard Hearns too had a bit more action in it than the second Starling Breeland fight. A lot more drama and a lot more action. But that was, and you're right. I think it reminded you that because Hearns won that fight. He should have won that fight, and it was a draw.
Tony Boswell, man, salute to you, and thank you, brother. Thank you for the contribution earlier, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, salute Tony Boswell.
Yeah, Tony Boswell, always showing love, man. I see him everywhere. Not everywhere. I see him where he goes, and I hang out there, and he comes here, man, and I appreciate it, bro. Salute to Tony Boswell. In fact, I was on a live panel with him last night.
Woo! Man,
10th round action.
Marlon Starling fight. Man. And Breeland still trying to win, still landing right hands.
Yeah.
That's Tony Perez referee.
Yep, the Tony Perez. Another great referee.
Well, round 11.
Is this the fateful round here, George?
Anybody know how Mills Lane's doing?
Mills Lane?
I got a question. Does anybody know how Mills Lane is doing?
He's still alive, but he had a really bad stroke a while ago. And, you know, everything I hear about him, he's comfortable and he's healthy. I don't think he can speak, and he's lost a lot of his motor functions because of his stroke. But he's still alive, and you don't see him anymore because I don't believe he can speak.
Mm. I was wondering what had happened with him. I know he having some
Yeah,
health problems, like you say. So
he had a
wow.
massive stroke a while ago, and he was a healthy
And
man.
Starling is putting a beating. I mean,
He
he's
just
really
nailed. This is it. This is the knockout. Left hook.
all power.
Boom. Good night.
Oh, ho, ho.
Mm.
Oh,
Hold the show.
oh, Michael Spinks 2.0.
Good night, sweetheart.
Look at that
Yep.
celebration.
Another upset victory. Marlon always came in as the name opponent. He's going to be the stepping stone, the name on your record. And I'm going to snatch that, brother. And then he's got his fight with Simon Brown.
Man, if
And
I was one of his cornermen, I would love to have one of those Marlon Starling Magic Man
the
shirts.
vests, yeah,
Yeah.
those satin jackets there, nice.
Hey, Bruce, you guys can't hear the audio, can you? Because I just turned
No.
the audio on. Okay. That's too bad. I wanted to play the interview.
Well, that's what we got stabbed for last time, George. I was going to tell you the last Tuesday night, the whole thing went through no problem, but it was that interview that we did at the end there. And I don't remember what fight it was, but I always look on the next day, and I have to. YouTube lets you trim it out of it, but they always get me for the copyrights with the interviews.
Well, here's the replay. Oh, I mean, he was just
Look, oh yeah, and that educated left hand, boom, oh.
And then he just nails him with a left hook, and it just
right there.
that was it.
Man,
Sweet.
putting hands across America on Mark Breeland.
Mm.
Watch the 2 body punches before the knockout from a family member.
Oh,
I didn't see the 2 body punches, but I saw that left hook. That was like such a sweet thing. And was it last week we were talking about the left hooks?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
This was a beautiful one.
Highlight left hooks that we could have put in there.
So finally, Marlon
Bruce.
Starling became welterweight champ.
Finally, yep. After losing twice to Donald Curry, one title shot, but losing to the best out there. Then Curry gets beat by Mike McCallum. I mean, that whole division got turned upside down. And remember Milton McCrory?
Yeah, the Iceman got starched by Donald Curry when they fought.
Starched, literally. I mean, stiffened like a board. It was such a dramatic knockout. Everybody predicted Curry has the big things from him. He's going to fight Marvin Hagler next.
So I figured the third fight, like we talked about, is when Marlon Starling. So we got to set this fight up a little bit. Marlon Starling became champ, and then he lost his title when he got. You can't even say knocked out. When he got knocked out after the bell, it was a no contest, but he lost his title. So he had lost his title, and Lloyd Honeyghan shocked the world when he beat Donald Curry, because Donald Curry was like probably the pound for pound number 1 or 2 at that time. Lloyd Honeyghan came in, shocked everyone, beat Donald Curry, and guess what? Marlon Starling came along, and Lloyd Honeyghan was probably the favorite in this fight. And Marlon Starling came along, and this was on HBO. This was in 1989, February 4th.
Yes, sir, man.
There's Mills Lane. Who asked about
quick,
Mills? Let me pause this.
Go ahead, Trick.
Real quick. In that fight, Donald, what's his name? Lloyd Honeyghan went back to Jamaica to dip his hands in the spring water because he felt it gave him punching power. So he did that. The fight when he's getting ready to fight Marlon Starling, and it didn't work. So they talked about that on the HBO cast when they got ready to fight him.
I heard you mention that before too. Yep.
Yeah, that was one of
crazy folklore in this boxing world. But once again, Marlon Starling, we thought Lloyd Honeyghan was going to kick his ass. Lloyd Honeyghan.
Well, we didn't. You and I didn't. The world might have thought Lloyd Honeyghan was going to be, but you don't mess. Look, he's from Britain. Nothing against British fighters. There's great British fighters, but he wasn't going to beat Marlon Starling. He wasn't going to beat Marlon Starling. We knew it. You knew it, Bruce. Hey, Bruce, what'd you have on for this fight? This is 1989, so it's not the 70s. It's the 80s. So what is Bruce Goes decked out in for this fight?
89. I was losing weight. I was doing a lot of jogging, a lot of running, wearing slim clothes. 89 was a cool time. The original Desert Storm was happening. The world was kind of fast. People were working. A lot of people. There were very few people without money in their pockets. Prices were up there, but it didn't matter because, dude, I was 30 years old. As long as the rent was paid, I didn't care about money in the bank or anything, man. I was already once divorced. I was single. I didn't think I hooked up with my current wife yet for another year or so, bro. I was in the bars every night, closing them down, waking up with a new one on a weekly basis, bro. I was living a life of Trick Nolte.
Oh, Bruce, you was a Rolling Stone in '89.
Oh, for
I had
sure.
I had a diaper on in '89. Shit,
dude,
when I was
89.
in high school,
I had on a diaper.
I was buying it by the pound in '89, bro.
I was one in '89.
Oh wow,
good time.
Yeah.
The Ragamuffin, man, and there he is, Trick Nolte, Mills Lane. Mills Lane was a tough guy, an ex-Marine, drill sergeant, I believe he was, and he'd get right between 6'5" heavyweights, push him aside.
Knock it off.
He didn't take shit from anybody.
Knock that shit off.
I mean, he was the ref for Tyson Holyfield too.
George,
so he got in there with those big guys.
Hey, I gotta go, y'all, man. I'm gonna let take my name. I gotta work in about 10 o'clock, man. So thank you for having me on, Bruce. I didn't mean to interrupt
Trick,
you.
all right, Trick, thank you for blessing us with your presence over here. I mean it, brother. I'll be talking to you soon, my man.
Trick, peace out, my brother.
All right, G5 and George. Hey, James,
we'll
get with you behind the scenes about something, man, so we can talk. All right, y'all be easy, man. Thank y'all,
sure.
man.
All
See
right.
everybody in the chat. Y'all good night. All right.
The legend Trick Nolte, man. Shout out to Trick Nolte.
So I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's Eddie Futch in the corner, and right next to Eddie Futch is none other than Freddie Roach with a mullet, and you'll see him at some point. That's Freddie Roach with a mullet.
Yep, I see it. Look at him.
I see that mullet.
Yep.
Wow, George, you observant son of a bitch, you.
That was a sweet mullet, boy.
I had a little mullet going on back then too, bro.
Nice.
Not quite that drastic, bro. But I had the rat's tail on the end of my fucking neck there.
Lloyd Honeyghan was a rough fighter, man. He was not technically savvy, but he came in and he just tried to brutalize you.
He was, man. The ragamuffin,
I'm
man.
sure, he just beat Donald Curry. So,
he came out of nowhere and beat Donald Curry. I mean, nobody had heard of him before. He bet his
the sound of the bell.
Idea who Marlon
Trick gonna be sleep, y'all. When as soon as the fight start, Trick gonna be sleep.
Hey, well, while I'm sleeping, Trick is working, man. Shout out to Trick, bro. And he does all this stuff while most people are winding down, hitting on the bong, and having a beer. Trick's getting ready to go to work. He's going to sleep, get up, go to work.
Hey, y'all see, I took a day off this morning. I didn't go live this morning. I took a day off.
Yeah, you were live early this morning, weren't you, bro?
No, I took a day off. Shit.
It was freezing down here. I know that.
Yeah, I didn't. Nah,
cold
I took a day off from YouTube. I went to work. But I took a day off from YouTube.
Oh, I'm glad you graced me over here, bro.
Yeah, this is my first panel. I done hopped on up all day.
Honored, G5. Honored for sure. What's going on here, man? We seem to be frozen up here.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back again, brother.
Yeah, Picasso. I was at work for sure.
That's so cool. You do your show right from work, G5. If I could, if I had the brains back then to do that, I think I'd still have my store open. I don't care if I made a nickel. If I could do my show in there, dude. Shit.
Oh,
Major
yeah.
Key Boxing, man. Salute to my brother Major Key out there. Marion, we saluted you already, my bro. You're a regular over here, my bro. Probably hitting on that bong over there in England, wherever you're at, man. The Toker too. Oh yeah. Look at Marlon Starling. He's got that awesome jab, left hook jab. It's just a thing of beauty. Complete fighter, man. And people say he never did anything perfect, but he did everything great.
Yeah, he did.
That make you tough to beat.
Boy.
That means you're a master. You become a master of your craft.
Oh yeah.
Starling only fought 3 times after this fight. He only fought 3 more times after this fight, and he retired. That's incredible.
Yeah, I wish we had him on here, man. He talked to his witch doctor. That would be Lloyd Honeyghan.
Well, Starling had some losses in his career, but you had to be a real special fighter to beat Marlon Starling. Like, you had to be a special fighter because this guy could fight. He was a great fighter, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. And that's another show, another debate. But Marlon Starling should be in the Hall of Fame.
Agreed. What does he have, George? 6 losses on his career, on his record? And 2 of those were to Donald Curry. They were both split decisions.
Michael Nunn was another. Maurice Blocker was a questionable decision. And Johnny Bumpus, which was a crazy fight.
It's like taking points away from Bob Foster for getting beat by Joe Frazier and by Ali. It doesn't take any shine away from their mastering their own divisions. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yep. Lloyd Honeyghan threw 104 punches. He threw 104 punches in that first round. So that was his game. He tried to overwhelm people and just be physical and kind of outmuscle them. Marlon Starling threw half the punches, and he landed almost as many. Tell you, he's the wrong guy to tangle with unless you were a great fighter.
And he's got some heavy hitters behind him. That's Georgie Francis? Now was that John Tyson? Was that the Tyson Fury's father? Rather, what's his name? John Fury.
That I don't know. I know that was George Francis, but I'm not sure if that was Tyson's father.
No, he was fighting
1980.
back in those days. Yeah. I don't even think he was.
This is 89.
I just looked like him, but I know he had a lot of heavy hitters in his corner.
Woo. Very, very underrated fighter, Marlon Starling. Very underrated.
Always kept those elbows tucked in, always moving that head. Just a magnificent defensive fighter. My brother, Scrapbook Boxing, shout out, man. Shout out to you, brother. Great to see you in here, man.
Con Shawnery said, but Starling worked within his
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Later on, he would have run into guys like Terry Norris and Julian Jackson.
I'll bet both of you guys that my bro Scrapbook was in the second row at this fight.
Salute, OG Scrap.
Well, I bet
that's the man.
Scrapbook.
I bet Con Shawnery that Marlon Starling would have stayed at welterweight. Marlon Starling moved up to middleweight just to try and be great, but I think Starling could have fought his he pretty much did fight his whole career at 147.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he never ventured into that 154-pound division. He was like Marvin Hagler.
You know,
Look at Scrapbook,
exactly.
my brother. Shout it out, bro. Shout it out, man. You know you were there, second row. How was this fight, bro?
You know,
Go ahead, George.
Hagler never moved up. And, you know, a lot of people think you have to move up in weight to be great. No, you don't. No, you don't. No. Marvin Hagler never moved up, and Marvin Hagler is one of the greatest fighters of all time. So it's a great thing to move up in weight and win titles, but there's nothing wrong with staying in one division and just dominating.
Oh, they wanted Hagler.
It can be done.
They wanted Hagler to fight.
They wanted him to fight Michael Spinks.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Come on,
that is crazy. Like, if you stay in one division for X amount of years, you know you're gonna run through different generation of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like different decades of fighters, and that fighter's still there. And if you could dominate the young as you get older, shit, that let you know how great you are.
Yeah, Hagler was a full-size man when he started fighting, and full-size man when he left fighting. He didn't have any growth spurts in there. You know, some boxers do. It's I mean, look at Manny Pacquiao. Where do you go from flyweight up to super middleweight, to junior middleweight?
Yeah,
I mean, crazy. So many of them. You know, even Michael Spinks is. You know, he won the heavyweight title, but you know, he was not a great heavyweight. We won't look at him like in the light heavyweight division. Michael Spinks was a killer. Every Saturday afternoon, man, that Spinks jinx, that right hand, he would knock people out cold, take their heads off. He was feared, man, for a long time.
Look at Marlon Starling, not even breathing in the corner.
Marlon's last fourth bout. It was a pleasure to meet him. Scrapbook. I was talking to Marlon today on the phone. We were going to have him on here tonight. We had technical difficulties. You know, we tried right up until airtime. In fact, we probably went 15 minutes into the airtime. Great guy. It was a pleasure to meet him myself, man. And in fact, his brother's in the chat room, Scrapbook. So you know, it feels like Marlon's in here, and I'll bet he's watching this show too. I'd kind of bet on it. So it's, you know, it's great talking about him. It's, you know, like I said, it's all about giving these guys their flowers while they're still with us. You know, because Marlon even said it to you. You know, you're older than me, bro. You know, he said, but you know, you sound pretty cool. And you know, I think I might have him by 4 or 5 years. But you know, we're from that same gen, and I don't know where I'm going with this, George. I lose my track of thought so fast. But yeah, man, you know.
Look, you're talking about the love we have for Marlon Starling, and we're watching him start to take apart Lloyd Honeyghan.
I saw him once, Scrapbook. I saw him when he fought Johnny Bumpus at the Providence Civic Center. It was on the undercard of Vinny Paz and Harry Arroyo, I think it was. But Marlon got a bad deal there. We talked about that earlier, man. That's the only time I ever saw him, and it was you know, it was shady boxing. You know, Lou Duva made sure that Johnny Bumpus lasted until he lasted long enough so he's going to win a decision when they stopped the fight on an accidental butt. It's like he ripped his skin apart, practically sent Johnny Bumpus out there bleeding for the rounds. And, you know, it was stopped and Johnny Bumpus was ahead and boo, bad decision. Marlon Starling was coming on and the fight was stopped. Scrapbook, you were there, bro. I'll tell you, man, I wish I had known you back then. I would have taken you to Federal Hill and bought you dinner, my brother.
Picasso asked if this fight was a rematch. Picasso's in the chat asking if this is a rematch. This was not a rematch. These guys had never fought before. Honeyghan was the champ. He had beat Donald Curry.
The only fight.
And Marlon Starling is a former champion trying to get another title.
And that he did. You know, Lloyd Honeyghan, a feared fighter. When he beat Donald Curry, people said, nah, this was a fluke. But he proved it. I mean, he destroyed Bump City Bumpus. I don't remember the other fighters that he fought, but the top welterweights in that era, he took them all on, and until he ran into the Magic Man over here.
Yeah, a few years after this, Mark Breeland fought Honeyghan, and Mark Breeland knocked him out. So I think this fight here took a lot out of, because Starling hasn't done it yet, but he put a pretty bad beating on Honeyghan. And sometimes, it's tough to come back from those beatings. We just saw last weekend, Oscar Valdez put a bad beating on Miguel Berchelt, and Berchelt doesn't look like he's recovered from it, because he
Nope.
looked like a shell of the fighter he was.
Got knocked down with a jab. And that's the thing about this, especially in this era here. These fighters, they didn't have long lives, but they had exciting careers. They were just packed full of dynamite fights. Maybe 4 or 5 years. Not like today. Today you see a fighter, he'll fight 7 times in 4 or 5 years, and they'll still say he's in his prime. So it's a totally different era. Like Marlon Starling, like you said, 30 years old, retired. Now they were pushing their prime at 30 years old. Salute, Scrapbook. Thanks for coming in here, man.
Yeah, I want to talk to Scrapbook one day.
That's show's not tonight, bro. Absolutely. I'm over there when we're over, Scrapbook. Salute to you, man. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, we'll be over there once we in. That's gonna be a dope show.
For sure, bro. For sure. Man, this was almost a bittersweet episode over here, where we're seeing the young Magic Man kick some ass over here, and I talking to him today, it's almost like he jumping into the TV screen or whatever. It's almost like he's here, and we had it a little better plan. It will happen again, because there's so many career highlights of Marlon Starling. We only show 3 fights today. We could dig up so many more great fights, and just having that legend on here with us, having him tonight in spirit, bro, having his brother out there in the chat. Salute, man. Thanks, Marlon. Now, what was that
Marlon
right there?
Starling is clearly in his prime. He's in his prime in this fight, and just again, 18 months after this fight, he was done with boxing. He was done. I never quite understood. I never heard him talk about it in interviews, why exactly he retired at such age.
I'm sure he would answer that question with no problem if he was up here. That's the kind of impression I got from listening to talking to Marlon Starling not long ago, bro. Not long ago at all. I'm still tickled just to talk to him like George, like you were, to get on here and ask him some questions and listen to some of his stories, bro. And it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. This is only part 1 over here. Now look at Lloyd Honeyghan is really barreling down. He's a pressure fighter. Lloyd Honeyghan, that's the way he beat down with Curry.
Just overwhelmed him. Just in your face and rough and tough, and hit you everywhere he can hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And just got nailed by a big right by Starling.
Beautiful inside work from Marlon Starling. And inside work, but yet he throws the wide arcing punches when he wants to put the extra zip on him.
And he's one of the few guys too, Bruce, that when he retired, he stayed retired, and he didn't get blown out in his last fight. He lost to Maurice Blocker, a very close decision. And he never came back.
No. And there were a lot of fights that people wanted to see him fight, like the Simon Brown rematch. Simon
Brown, another guy that he beat.
Yeah. But
another young guy.
Another fighter that so many cases can be made to the Hall of Fame. This is one of the reasons I like seeing these states having their Hall of Fames, like the Atlantic City, the New Jersey, the Florida has one, and there's so many fighters that deserve to be recognized now, and they're bringing these fighters together. I wonder what's going through Lloyd Honeyghan's mind over here. Is this the easy touch that he thought, or is this the hard fight that he thought? I don't know where Lloyd Honeyghan I don't know where his head ever was. He was a weird fighter. OG Eric,
Yeah, he
bro,
was.
salute, man. Salute to you. We're watching Marlon Starling against Lloyd Honeyghan. And this is for Lloyd Honeyghan's welterweight championship, isn't it, George?
Yep. Yep. For Honeyghan championship, Harold Letterman has Starling up 39-37 through 4. The late great Harold Letterman. That's my buddy.
Your friend.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Bruce. Harold would have loved being on your show. He would have been here every Tuesday if you asked him every Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. He loved boxing. Just, man, he loved it.
Yep. And right now, people say those were the days for the fighters fighting, for what it was. But right now, for communicating with other people, other fighters, these are the days, George. This is beyond belief for guys like myself
It's so easy now.
It's so easy.
I mean, look, we almost had Marlon Starling on, and we'll get him. And look at Marlon Starling, by the way. I think he broke Honeyghan's jaw at some point in this fight because Honeyghan's face just, and you could see it now, is he's having a hard time keeping his mouth closed.
I'll tell you,
could hit,
talking to Marlon on the phone, man, it was a feeling out process for Marlon. And I'll tell you, man, I had to watch myself because I'm sure he could knock you out today with one of those left hands or one of those right hands, man. He sounds like he's still got it in him. Look at that. Look at that. Great hand speed. Just a vast array of punches. He mentioned that he wanted to fight with Vinny Pazienza, and the fight never got made. He says Vinny's people, they didn't want to fight Marvin. They didn't want to fight Marlon Starling. I think there would have been a great fight.
That would have been an electric fight, man.
Great styles, yeah.
What fight is that?
Vinny Pazienza. Because they were both, and they were both from the same area. I mean, they were both within 100 miles of each other.
I'm going with Starling. No offense to Vinny Paz. I know.
Oh no offense taken to Vinny Paz. I'm sure. Because that's what Vinny had his problems with. The guy. Look what Roy Jones did with him.
Yeah.
No, and Starling just had that.
I mean, I guess I know why he fought that fight. He should have never fought Roy Jones, but it's money. It's the game is about money, and you get money when you can get it.
Yeah, Vinny mentioned a lot of the. Well, he mentioned the sabotage in that fight where he was supposedly not to go on for 2 hours, so he was going to take a nap, which customary between fights, and all of a sudden they yelled in the room, "Vinny, you're on next."
Well, I mean, look, he could have had 10 weeks to prepare. I mean,
definitely, but
stylistically nightmare match.
We got to give our homeboy. We got to give our homeboy a little bit of a pass. He didn't get the.
He had the gut. He had the heart to get in the ring with the great Roy Jones, and Vinny Pazienza was not a big guy.
Roy won a round without throwing a punch.
I think that fight, Vinny Pazienza, he didn't land a punch in one of those rounds because Roy was just. I mean,
Roy was crying.
Defensively, just and athletically, just a fucking freak of nature. Like the angles he can do.
Vinny Paz fought Roy Jones in his prime.
Prime.
And look at this. Look at Starling. Oh man.
Knocked his mouthpiece out.
Right out.
He knocked his mouthpiece out because at this point, I believe Honeyghan's jaw was broken, and he couldn't keep that mouthpiece in. Woo, Starling was a beast.
That's not the Toker 2, by the way.
they see what a great fighter he is.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him, man.
No toast, Brucey. I don't hear you toking up
Bro,
over there.
yeah, are you kidding me, man? I'm toking. I'm enjoying boxing. I'm toking up. You know what it is, G5? I got some new stuff today. This grape ape, it's got a nice little different buzz to it. And you know,
Yeah.
I noticed the quality of my reefer is the I don't have to do as many bongs. And I know I like doing it for the taste and everything, but once I get that nice buzz on and I'm concentrating on a fight, I have to be reminded by good citizens like yourself that you know it's time to toke up.
Oh yeah. I'm getting myself situated as we speak. Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
glad you
Destry
came on.
Starling had a story on. Destry Starling had a story, but I wish Destry would send another message because it says the funny about the Honeyghan fight was I was over at my brother's house when Curry called him because they became something. Moochie went upstairs and was hitting the fridge super hard. I would love to hear what that story is.
I'll tell you, Destiny, if you wanna come on here, we'll drop a link. And if you want to try clicking it, you know, we tried it earlier, but you know, maybe your brother can we'll be able to do the same. See what how we work this out is I'm gonna just drop this in the chat, and if you click it, you should be able to come on the panel.
Hey Bruce, is your internet is lagging a little bit? I mean, it's not horrible, but
my internet.
Just check your yeah, just make sure you're
I see
all
what
good.
you're saying, George. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's been lagging a little bit here and there.
Bruce, you didn't got the damn Wi-Fi high, man. That'd be damn. He got the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi has some of that grape ape.
Yeah.
It must be because I intend to have my whole internet, my system's going to be upgraded and replaced within the next month. I'm going to say, because I'm doing a lot of home remodeling right now. I'm making myself a little studio out on an addition that I'm putting on the house. I've taken over my living room, and I have an old internet. It's powerful, but you know it's taking a lot of beatings. It's almost like one of these fighters, man.
So Destry got back with that story. Said I told my brother he was not going to knock Honeyghan out because Honeyghan was too crazy to know how to quit. I said you are going to have to beat him up, and the rest is history. And well, your brother beat Lloyd Honeyghan up. Your brother beat him up tonight. Whew.
I'm gonna Picasso. I'm gonna do the shows like G5 does from outside the crib, man. You know, take it with me. I got a lot of shit to show you guys out here, bro. You know, I live on the Monho Bay. A lot of life out there. You know, some of the things I see. You know, when I take the dog for his walks in the woods and shit.
Look at that.
I love to get some of that shit with you.
There's a young Mike Tyson, undisputed heavyweight champion. The undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. I think he was around 22 years old then. So notice Honeyghan, who is an aggressive fighter, comes in to try and take your head off. Honeyghan's on his bicycle now.
Yeah, because he's getting his ass whooped.
Oh yeah.
And this was not Honeyghan's style. This was not his style.
He took away what he was good at.
In the building.
What about me, man? Now that I'm in YouTube, I'll tune you up, my brother. You're always in here. We're gonna make sure nobody's gonna blast you. Now you're tuned, my man. I appreciate you coming in, Ashley. Just like I appreciate everybody else coming in.
Ashley's got to do more shows. I want to see
Ashley's a whiz, man. Ashley knows her boxing. Ashley would be such a fun person to go to a live fight with. I've often fantasized Ashley and I walking into a fight, sitting at ringside, ordering a couple of drinks, firing up a blunt, and kicking out, and her telling me what's going on. And man, to me, that's like ideal right there, bro. Ashley's the only one that could do it.
Man.
Yeah, I want to talk boxing with Ashley.
Nice cold New York Madison Square Garden fight. Is that my internet dragging, George?
Yeah.
Because
What about me? Y'all don't want to talk boxing with G5? It's because I'm a guy.
G5.
Just fucking with y'all, man.
I definitely be talking boxing with you, bro.
Man, we've been talking boxing so long, man, for years now, Bruce. plenty of lives under our belts, man.
Boxing, the herb, shit. We used to go on those rides with the rap star there, man. I can't even think of his name anymore.
Black Star.
No, not Black Star.
Basement, and you had Clarence.
No, he drive the truck, bro.
Real rap.
Real rap. Okay, real rap. Man, those were good times, bro. Those were so much fun. The dude would be behind the wheeler, sparking up a blunt, and I'm holding my breath riding around with you guys.
Good old times, man.
For sure. And Lloyd Honeyghan is getting backed up over here.
Tell you what, Lloyd Honeyghan, he is not having a good time. Hey, Con Shawnee said my mic was low, so I just tried something. And so Con, tell me if my microphone is a little bit better. But yeah, Lloyd Honeyghan is not having a good night like you guys were having. That's the face of a guy who's getting beat up.
That eye is closing. You get popped under that eye swells up, you don't see. Takes a special fighter.
He threw 44 punches in the 7th round. In the first round, he threw like 104.
105 or something like that, yeah.
Hey, Bruce, you need to pass that to Lloyd because he's going to be in some pain in a few rounds. So pass Lloyd some of that grape ape.
And I give him some OG perp and some Zaza, some cereal milk. Oh yeah, I got all.
He needs it all because he's got too much Marlon Starling in his life right now. Thank you, Con. Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. Boy, when Starling was not he was a good counter puncher, good boxer, but when he became an aggressor, he could really take you apart. When he decided to go after you,
your ass is grass.
He went head, yeah. I mean, he would do it when he sensed you weakening, and he just went to your body, went to your head. I mean, he's fighting the way Lloyd Honeyghan usually fights. He's just beating Honeyghan down. And
when he was on a good night, Marlon had that killer instinct.
Yep.
When he hurt you, he was on you, which is something that a lot of fighters lack. They're too much of a nice guy, and that's what I was saying about talking to Marlon. You could tell he's still a fighter. You gotta watch what you say to a guy like that.
Oh yeah.
And he has good punch placement too. He has certain punches that he can torque them wide, but they're still in good placement.
Look at that defense, bro.
When he becomes an aggressor, with good punch placement, he'll fuck you up.
Yeah, he's in charge of the fight. He's just walking Lloyd Honeyghan around. Lloyd Honeyghan doesn't know if Marlon's coming forward, Lloyd's going backwards, and moves the head back. Doesn't slips the jab. Just a great underrated defensive fighter. Use the elbows, use the forearms, blocked all those punches coming in. Look at it. Gets that. Puts those earmuffs on. That's old school.
Look at Honeyghan's face. I mean, that eye is swollen. That jaw is swollen.
Yeah. It doesn't even. The face is distorted.
Hey, yeah, he beating Starling beating the honey out his ass.
Yeah, he was. He was.
What did you say? Oh my god.
Yeah, he beating the honey out his ass. Shit. I'm like, man.
I mean, he's landing everything.
Man, Starling inside work is nice as hell, man. It's
Listen,
real.
it's
It's
like a
very
buzz
fluid, man. It's fluid. It's like water.
him and Crawford and him and Spence, like, oh man, those would be good fights.
Man,
Oh yeah.
I would love to see Starling and Spence, especially two people that like the inside. Oh man, Jesus.
So many fights, man. Fantasy fights that we can talk about.
We 3 weeks away, man. I can't wait to this Spencer Ugas fight. Man.
The doctor's, me, the G5. The doctor's checking him. Is he going to stop the fight or is he going to let it go on? He must know that.
It goes into the 9th, but I think they knew something was wrong with his jaw here.
Yeah, the doctor was just there checking that jaw out. Bang! Oh, the mouthpiece went out.
Honeyghan, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure his jaw was broke. Honeyghan, fighters have heart.
Oh, look at it.
Fighters have heart. He didn't quit. He went right back out there.
Look at that left jaw. It's got that Ali look there. After Ali got that jaw, not broken, but got it. Well, yeah, when he did get broken by Norton, just had that look there. But even when Frazier knocked him down, it was out like a baseball the next day. And just, I don't know if it's a little bit of resignation in there or what, man. But that human bones aren't meant to be snapped and then heal again and fight again. These guys are different animals than you and I. They're just
We seen a fighter this weekend get his jaw broke. It was swole as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he kept fighting though.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, Honeyghan was done. I mean, Honeyghan was done at this point. And Mills Lane can see it.
Yeah, Bruce. I mean, George, I see what you're talking about. Like, even with his mouthpiece in, he kept his mouth slightly open because of that jaw. That jawline fracture.
That was it.
I mean, I'll save you.
Good night.
They saw his jaw was busted, and Starling, 2-time welterweight champ. He just won the belt for the 2nd time in his career.
And there's Freddie Roach.
Bruce Gas. We ready to go.
Freddie Roach with that damn mullet.
That is a sweet mullet, man. That is a sweet mullet.
I like to see Freddie Roach well. It's kind of nice to see him kind of normal. if we can apply that to human beings, but and Georgie Benton, dude. Oh, all-star cast up there.
Yeah,
Look at Marlon just putting the hurting on him.
Yeah, Honeyghan just went down just from the volume.
That's one of the saddest ways a fighter goes down too, is when he hugs his opponent for support. It's kind of like the way Tyson went down against Lennox Lewis. Not a good look.
Yeah, Honeyghan just, I mean, he had everything beat out of him at this point. And there's no shame. There's no shame in losing against Marlon Starling.
No
shame. He beat the honey out his ass. I'm telling you, he beat his ass dry.
Lloyd Genn.
We got a question from Ash. Where is it at? Let me see.
It's way up there. Wrestling is more tiring.
She asked us, what is the tastiest weed you ever smoked? Bruce Gas and
You know,
to
I'm gonna
myself.
tell you that the tastiest weed I ever smoked was when I was in college back in 1975, and we all smoked. You know, the good stuff that came around was like, the Colombian and the Panama Red, and then there was the Jamaican, which was decent, and then then there was the shit weed, which I never even touched. But anyway, man, in the spring of '75, this Colombian gold or Acapulco gold or whatever it was, but it was gold.
Oh man.
And this stuff tasted like hash. Every hit of it, it was so special. It's almost like if you're eating crackers for your whole life, and then somebody gives you a chocolate chip cookie, that's just gooey and tasty. And I mean, it was like, wow. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Now the reefers are great now. Don't get me wrong. I love them all, man. There's probably 1,000 strains out there, but this
You
was
said
the
the
tastiest.
tasties?
This was so tasty. It tasted like a bowl of Fruit Loops, with, with
Mm.
with half and half cream on there. It was like so fucking good. It was, but it was the gold of '75, and everybody in Boston had it. Cats were, it was gold too. Most grass was always green, so guys were walking around with an ounce in their pocket. And if somebody, oh, no, that's not marijuana, pull it out there. Look, that's brown, that's gold. Oh, okay, that's cool. We got away with smoking it in bars for a few weeks until they finally caught on what it was. But yeah, look at Freddie Roach. Look at that fucking young character back there, dude. Freddie looks as old as I do now, and look
That's
at
an
him, bro.
all-star mullet he had.
Mhm.
And
Yo,
then I don't know who the other cat
this
is.
guy behind Starling looks like Teofimo Lopez's dad or something.
Yeah, he does kind of look like
I know it's
TLC.
not. He does look like him a little bit.
Yeah.
No, Marlon was just a beautifully built boxer. The way that his body was put together, the gifts God gave him, the wide shoulders. He's got wide hips, narrow waist, great
Perfect welterweight.
size legs.
He's a perfect welterweight.
Perfect.
Hey, Bruce, Acapulco Gold. I've had that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good shit. Some of the best tasting weed I've had was Sweet Island Skunk was one of them. I mean, it was just tastes good as shit. It's very real good. What else?
It seems like every week, every strain I get every week, it's just so good, and it's like almost getting better and better. 88, my brother. Salute to you, my man. The weed right now, it's not even an underground thing. It's not a black market thing anymore. You buy it legally, and the companies they know they have to get the edge, so they're genetically creating the better strains.
Mm-hmm.
It says on there, apple taste with gassy undertones. I know what they're talking about, bro. I can taste that apple.
Earthy. Some of them are earthy.
I was in a room
I'm
just
putting
the
out
other
little
day.
baby nugs.
I was in a room just the other day. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
There you go, Bruce.
Oh, there you go.
No, I'm showing you something.
Let me give you a full screen there, G. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
What color is that, my brother? What flavor?
It's mixed. I have I got some Granddaddy Perp, and then I got it mixed with some Zaza. That combination right there. Yeah, that combination had me high. Had me high as shit, man. Then I got my vape pen. I got all my utensils. Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, and like I was just saying earlier, it's now become a science where it's just getting better. You're getting more punch in there, more more the THC for your buck, and the strands they're creating. Tangerine pie. What the hell is that? Now I see why they're calling it tangerine pie.
Hey, have you had Snoop's the tangy cookies?
No, bro, I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, that's some heat too. That's some heat. Oh yeah, you got cereal milk. You got Dragon breath, jelly breath.
Oh, bro. You know, what? One of my dogs tells me, he says, he goes, I don't even know what the strain is. I don't even know what they're calling it. And I'm like, nah, you don't get it. They're not calling it. These are real strains. I said, I look them up online, and then, then I'll call the dispensary, and they'll have it,
Yeah.
and, they'll find out how much it is. And I said, it ain't like, some guy was in a chat the other day. He goes, all this talk, weed is weed. It's just fucking weed. And I'm like, yeah.
Bullshit.
You don't get it, my brother. You don't get it.
Mm-mm. My
But
tolerance
I
is so
do,
high. I gotta have a certain kick on my weed. Like the average person, they can get some weed grade. Like, no, me and Bruce need to actually here. You know what I'm saying? It got to be up there. When it hit your chest, you like, shit. Oh yeah. When they make you cuss, when they hit your chest and they make you cuss or make you curse, oh yeah, that's the.
Well, I haven't gotten this feeling in a long time, but I used to get on especially on something like this, like a one hit machine. You could, I'll demonstrate. You would get a rush where you would actually hear the helicopters overhead. It's almost like for 30 seconds, you didn't think you were going to come down. You were like so fucking high. You don't get them anymore, Just kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a proper lung buster. No smoke comes out of this machine at all. Only what's in my lungs. And I get the nice buzz. I can feel a little bit coming on quickly. The instant effect. But back in the day, man, you put big hit on that. Think the
this
fucking
Perp and Zaza, this shit kicking like you motherfucker right now. Woof. And
that's the first buzz of the day too, right?
Yeah, this is my first one. First one of the day.
The best.
See, I'm a smoker, y'all.
I say this is the first buzz of the day. Let's enjoy this one. This is special. She'll get the buzz on. Whatever we were fighting about a little while ago, we won't even remember. The first buzz of the day, man. Shout out to the first buzz of the day.
See, I'm a smoker, but I'm highly educated and I'm very smart and I'm hard working. I'm going to work because once I get done with all that, then I can blast off like a rocket. I can strap myself to a rocket and just take off. It's peaceful, it's quiet. I can hear shit outside, the wind's blowing, it feels good.
One of the TV right here. Weed. You're not going to do that when you're drinking a bottle every night. You're not going to do that when you're snorting fucking Kleins or doing fucking crack. The weed, God's gift, man. You can smoke it as much as you want the night before, as long as you can handle it physically, financially. And then, you get up to work and do it again the next day.
Oh, yeah. And then y'all see me. I'm live. I'm going live at work. So y'all know I get the fuck up.
Well, I'm in my retiring days right now, so I can get stoned a little more than I used to. But I'd go to I wouldn't smoke at work. Only certain jobs I had, like a weekend bartending job. Shit, they'd be waiting for me to come in, man. They'd check this out. But when I had my my 9 to 5, when I had my job in sales, when I was running my nutrition store, when I was training people, I never smoked before work. It was always after I got home. Because, I worked around dangerous equipment. You're working around those gyms, bro. They pack as much equipment as they can per square foot. Dude, and those machines will take your fucking finger out, knock you cold. You're going to be sharp. And when I smoke, sharp is the last thing I want to be, man. I'm relaxed, bro. But now I don't train in the gym anymore. I'm not working with clients. Just me and the weed. I'm just fucking smoking it and enjoying it and digging on the boxing scene over here. My brothers and my sisters come in here. In fact, we got to get out of here. We got to go to Stormy's over here, man. We had a great night. We talked about Marlon Starling. Marlon was almost with us. He will be back again. Another good Keith Richards. That probably is a hell of a strain, bro. But anyway, man, we had some good people in here, man. Marlon's brother came in here, man. Fucking Scrapbook. Everybody out there. We had some good people. It was great to see everybody, man. G5, you want to give any last words over here, my bro, before I kick you out of this joint?
Man, Brucey, yet again, another Tuesday night, man. Always a dope adventure, man, with you and George. I always appreciate the trio. You know, man, we becoming a nice little old trio, man. I'm the young buck out the group. Then you got George. Then you got you on the triple OG status, man. Appreciate all of it.
I'm in blood training. He says, oh, you know, I got a couple of old guys in here. I got Bruce Gas, and you know, some other cat was in there. I think he said he was fucking 115 or some fucking thing. But you know, what you see is what you get, bro. You know, Tay-Tay's working in the hospital washing babies today. Did you see him in the chat room talking about that, man? Beautiful thing. Yeah. And I'm saying to myself, you know something? In a few more years, you're going to be washing me too. So it goes in full cycles, my brother. You know.
Yes, sir.
You know, my daddy once told me when I was having some shit. He goes, you know, you were born naked, you would die naked. So that's the way you're going to stay. It was a money fucking thing, and it kind of just put it on to reality. You know, we coming in with nothing. Nobody's getting out of here alive. We're leaving with nothing. Don't abuse it. Use it. Enjoy it, man.
Man, this is lovely. This is lovely. And I still got more. I roll up in the brown leaf. You know, I don't like all that new shit, the thick ass shit. I mean, I got joint papers too. You know, I got everything I need. I got a little bone go back here somewhere, man. But this my chill area. Man, I fall asleep right here sometimes. I got a TV right, it's behind me. I got a fire stick. I can do whatever. I got an Xbox out here.
I'm on my living room couch, bro. You know, that's why I have to do a little bit of renovations in my house, because you know, I've taken over my living room, and my wife, she's cool with it, but I'm not cool with it, man. She hangs out in the kitchen, and you know, I know she's not happy, but she says no, you stay there. And, you know, she's got her own little bong in there. She brings a little jar. Doesn't even say anything to me, right? She just puts a jar in front of me. It's like, what the fuck, you know? What am I, you know? But then, you know, I think she's cooking for me, and I mean, bro, she's almost ready to give me the bath, like you know, like Tay-Tay's bathing the little ones. She's almost ready to bathe the old one. But hey, man, you know,
man, you got you a good one, man.
Hey, bro,
ain't nothing like it, brother.
You have to. I'm a lucky individual. We're smoking our reefer together. You know, we're growing old ungracefully, and you know, we're doing the Tuesday night fights. And G5, I'm going to say goodbye to you, my brother. George Jakovic, my man, you're still up there.
All love, brother.
All love. George's probably going to put his daughter to bed. G5, peace, man. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you next week. If I don't see you sooner, I'll probably see you later tonight or tomorrow, man. Peace to you, my brother.
Sir. Hey, peace always. One love, Bruce. Salute to the chat. Appreciate y'all supporting my man, Bruce, man. Y'all tell a friend. Sub. Peace, brother.
Peace.
George, peace to you, too. I know you are off doing something, but he'll get it. Peace,
He'll get it, bro. He'll get it, man. Peace, guys. Peace, G5. Once again, man, thank you, everybody. From the bottom of my heart, I saw Scotty come in here, man, when I was talking World Combat Sports. Salute to you, bro. Thanks for stopping by. I see my brother LT out there, bro. LT, my brah. Salute to you, bro. I got all the internet legends come to see me, and I love it, man. I thank them for it. I thank all you for it, that we're over here and we're talking about what I love, boxing. We're going to have the Magic Man on here live. We played it. Since you know that, Destry, bro. You know that, man. J Blues, everybody that came out to see me over here, man. Me, my brother George, my brother G5. Marlon Starling was going to join us. Trick Nolte was on here with us, man. Mad Chad bopped in, but he bopped out. Marlon Starling, we tried all day, man. I wish I was more savvy with the internet, because, you know, I'm fortunate. Mine's hooked up. Somebody hooked it up for me, but I can't relate to someone else how to hook theirs up, man. And man, I wanted to have Marlon Starling looking us in the eye and telling us some of these stories. I talked to him for a few hours today, man. What a great guy. He's going to be on here again. We're going to get this thing down right over here, man. And in the meantime, Thank you for coming in and putting up with the three of us over here, the four of us, maybe even the five of us, man. You know, stay here, and I'm gonna head over to Stormy's right about now. Who knows? I probably got this. There's probably 20 lives on the internet, but I'll probably see all of you guys at every single one of them, man. Peace out.